Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher, chairman of the newly formed House Select Committee on China. He's also on Intel. So let me just ask you first. So the Chinese are demanding that they want the debris back. How's that going to go down?
Well, I don't think we should be in the business of acceding to the CCP's demands after they just flew a spy balloon over the continental United States. Perhaps we could send back the useless parts of the debris in a box, similar to what they did when there was an incident around Hainan back in 2001. I was actually astounded that the president didn't make more of an issue of this last night in the State of the Union. I mean, he had a huge opportunity to make the American people aware of this threat to our sovereignty, make the American people aware of the greatest threat we face, short-term and long-term, which is the Chinese Communist Party. And I think what this incident should bring home to every American is that this isn't just a distant over their threat. This is a threat right here at home. And for the commander-in-chief not to talk openly and honestly about the incident, to just allude to it vaguely, I thought was really unacceptable last night.
But Congressman, the White House thinks that, and then the president himself, he thinks that this is a win for them. Yesterday I saw Senator Warner and Senator Rubio after they had a little briefing, got a little bit more information. And even Senator Warner, Democrat of Virginia, is saying, this is a really big deal. And does the White House just not see it, or do they hope we all move past it?
Well, the idea that this was a big win for them, that somehow we were able to collect against this asset as it was flying over America, contradicts some of the messaging they had early on, which is, oh, this has limited value. It can't collect anything that you can't get, with $10 and access to commercial imagery. But also, you have to weigh the advantage of collecting against the asset against the very clear disadvantage of allowing this thing to embarrass us. And I think the Chinese Communist Party did this deliberately to send a message. And the message is, look what we can do to you and get away with. I think it actually hurt our standing. And I think people were watching how we responded. And we just didn't look strong throughout the incident.
Here's a call for number 3. This is NBC News. Basically, I think knocking Republicans, though not you, because I know you're concerned, but saying that TikTok doesn't sell balloons and it has nothing to do with the one that hovered over the interior of the country. I think you'd agree. Like, yeah, you've been talking about TikTok and the dangers there.
As former National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien has said, if you're concerned about a Chinese spy balloon, you should be concerned about what is effectively a spy balloon hovering in your pocket or in your bedroom, which is an app that is effectively controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. So the CCP has a massive espionage and influence apparatus. And again, it's not just something that's happening in the Indo-Pacific. It's happening right here in all 50 states. So the president last night could have talked about that and used it to galvanize bipartisan action to do simple, smart things like ban CCP land purchases in America, get rid of PLA-affiliated researchers at American University, and get rid of these CCP police stations that are operating on American soil.
The other thing that's strange is that you do have a bipartisan consensus. I mean, look at the reaction to the committee that you and your Democratic counterpart are putting together. There's a support for you both. There's a kind of an excitement, like, let's get this going. Let's talk about this. Let's do this. And the president wanted to talk about unity last night. I mean, there's a way to do that. We can unify together against an adversary. Last word to you.
Well, and the president fell back in this old, rhetorical trap of saying we seek, cooperation on certain issues. Listen, the idea that the Chinese Communist Party is going to cooperate with us in a meaningful way on climate change is a fantasy. And the fact that is creating incoherence in our policy and preventing us from getting tough against the aggression we're seeing from the Chinese Communist Party.
Congressman Mike Gallagher, thanks for getting up for us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.